Alright, y'all, what it do? You already know we back at it with another banger. What's up? Alright, we got the Mazda Speed 3. As you know, in the previous video, we were working on getting it started. So I got it started. However, when I went to go bleed the clutch just dumped right down to the floor. So this is supposed to be squished down a little bit, right? So that when it pushes, it hits something, right? Well, that looks like that's as far as it could literally go. So basically what's happening right now is the clutch that I have in there is a Clutch Masters, and I put the stock throwout bearing on it like an idiot. Basically what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking this throwout bearing that I got from Clutch Masters, shout out. They got it to me within a few days. This takes probably about 3 minutes to put on. And let me just show you the work that we have to do to get it off. Stay tuned. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around. Let me know how I'm doing, y'all. All right, so as y'all know, I already got it all pretty much wrapped up. I was gonna find a place to hang this, but unfortunately, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to take it all apart, drop the trans, change the throwout bearing, put the trans back on, and then throw it back all together. I know what some of y'all are thinking. Y'all are like, damn, that's a lot of work. And yeah, it is. Hey, but it's my up. I put a stock throwout bearing on it when I knew that it had an aftermarket clutch. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll set you guys up on the tripod. You've already seen me take apart most of this, put it back together. So I'm just gonna time lapse it, and then we'll go from there. Y'all, got the battery box out, got the intake off, got the intercooler taken off of the intake manifold. Of course, you're gonna want to put some rags in there just so that way there's no debris getting either turbo, anywhere there's gonna be the inside of the motor. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is take off the linkage, and we'll take off that bracket right there. And then of course we're gonna have to come to the front, and I'm gonna have to take off some of this stuff here, but we'll go ahead and get that completed. All right, y'all, so as you can tell, I got a lot done. Intake is off, intercooler piping is off. I'm gonna have to come down here, and we still have to take off the starter. And then there's two bolts holding on that bracket right there. It's getting a little late, it's getting a little nippy, and my portable heater is out of gas. So this is where I'm gonna cut it tonight. I'll jump back in on the next portion. We should be dropping the trans, so hanging tight there. Mazda Speed's almost on the way. All right, y'all, we back at it working on the Speed. I've got a lot done. Unfortunately, I'm working on this axle that just does not come off. I've rented parts. I've gone again, rented another part. It just doesn't work. If y'all know how to, like, an easier way to take off the driver's side axle on the Mazda Speed 3, comment down in the comment box below. I'm not sure how much trouble other people have trying to take this off, but that's where I'm at right now. Let me flip the screen. Let me show you where I'm at. All right, so I got the passenger side axle out. It's sitting right here, half shaft, full shaft. Got the bolts for that right here. This side is complete. I've got the brake disconnect, oh shit. Well, that is not good. You see that rip right there? That means that these are gonna have to be replaced. If it ain't one thing, it's another, right? Like I stated, I'm having a hard time getting this piece off. I just can't get I'm not able to get the tool in the back to be able to hammer it out. This is the tool that I rented. And from everything that I put it on, it seems to work just fine. Like right there, it's perfect. And then I just took off this one from this side, and that fits perfect too. So it should fit perfect on this one. I'm just having a little bit of time because, of course, I only have one pair of hands. But let's keep on going. I'm gonna work on this and then we'll go from there. Finally got this one out. Man, it was a biatch to say the least. So we went in and got that out, uncovered that I do have a little bit of a hole here in the ball joint. So that's gonna have to be replaced. I started disconnecting all of the wires just to make it a little bit easier to get to the bolts on the transmission. So there's gonna be one right here. There's gonna be another one right here. And then if you can see, one right there, one right there. And they go all the way around. So right now I wanna work on taking these bolts off of this mount for all of the electrical hardware on the transmission. Okay, so those are the bolts for the starter right there. That's gonna have to be taken off, and there's one on the bottom. Push it back, and then we'll be able to remove the transmission. Put the new throwout bearing in, bolt it back up, put the wheels on, put the brakes on, go ahead and get it started up, get that tuned. You know we go in freak tune with this, so shout out to Justin. All right, y'all, we made some more progress. I've already got the 2 top bolts on top of the trans taken off, all the wires moved out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what is up, and let's go from here. Oh man, it's coming close. All right, so basically we got these 2 bolts out here. I got everything moved out of the way. Whole wiring harness is tucked over the car. Now there's a mounting bracket right here. It's a little bit of a to get to. And then here we have is a move slave silly, and we're just moving that out of the way for now. Yeah, see, we'll move this up here, up and out of the way. Remember, we got to go ahead and mount up the motor so that way we keep everything still, and then I'll continue going around the motor, taking out all the bolts. Good rule of thumb, if you see what I've already done here, there's 2 top bolts there, so that coincides with the 2 top bolts on this. If the bolts are facing opposite direction, of course, shove them in this way, but that's gonna be your best course of action for remembering. Just best rule of thumb, y'all. Yo, look, Enzo came to visit me while we were in the garage today, huh? Woo! There we go, get the car running. So I got most of the bolts out already. There's just 2 bolts waiting to come out. Right now, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna jack up the bottom of the motor, pull out the motor mount, and then we're just gonna wait for my homie Bo to come over with the jack so that we can lower down the transmission, or even 2 of us can lower it down without a jack. Mount out. I think I'm gonna take this out too, just so that's a little bit easier to work with. Take out all this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that and take off this bracket. Okay, so motor mount off. Only thing we have are those last 2 bolts, and pretty much ready to start yanking and pulling. We'll probably have to drop the motor down a little bit just so that way we can pull the trans off. But like I stated, I'm gonna have to wait for a jack because I only have 1 jack at this point. So we'll go ahead and wait for that. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and try to run the lines for the boost gauges, just so that way we have those already prepped. But yeah, so far making some progress. My homie Bo just came over and helped up. So my homie Bo just helped me take off the transmission, and sure enough, I've got the wrong throwout bearing. If you notice how this one right here, this one's a lot wider. So guess what? We gonna be ripping, baby. Damn, just imagine all that work for really nothing. Jesus. Whew. We ready, baby. All right, y'all. So that's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the clutch, make sure that the flywheel bolts are torqued down, and I also need to add some Loctite to them because I didn't do it the last time. Just preventative maintenance. So we'll go ahead and get that taken care of, throw it back together with the right throwout bearing, get it started once again, get the tune, and we're just about done. Thanks for all the patience, y'all. All right, y'all. It is like 7:30. Just got a call in. Clutch fork is in, so I gotta work at 9, so I'm gonna go pick that up real quick. And once I get out of work tonight, we're gonna go ahead and do some installation. Of course, like I stated in the last video, we're gonna have to get some Loctite so that we can tighten down the flywheel bolts. I've already torqued them, but from what I've been reading is that if you don't put Loctite, they end up coming out, and that's not good for anybody. So on the way here, I'll bring you along for the ride, and then we'll get back to the crib and we'll get installing. All right? All right, y'all. Part secured. Damn, we want to get a Mazda CX-50. It's a CX-30. Pretty nice. Back in the garage. So we got the clutch off. Now, only thing is that we're gonna be checking the flywheel bolts. I didn't Loctite them the last time, and that's something that needs to be done. So we're gonna go ahead and Loctite them, make sure that there's no backing out in the future. Got the homie here with us today. Yo, what's up? Special guest, Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey.
You're the one that disses yourself. Oh, yes. All right, so we're gonna take off the flywheel and then Loctite these bolts, and then we're gonna get them put back in. All right, y'all. So I just got some alcohol in this rag, and of course you want to clean up the mating surface. So I've cleaned up the whole flywheel, just so that way there's not any sort of debris on it. And so far it's looking pretty snazzy. So we'll go ahead and install the clutch, and then we'll go from there. All right, y'all, so we got the flywheel torqued down with Loctite on it. We also got the pressure plate torqued down, Loctite on it. We got this motherfucker right here acting like a damn goon all day.
Now what we gotta do...
Look, he spilled all this damn transmission oil all over the place.
What we have to do is, the next thing is we put on the transmission, connect it, and we try to figure it out from that point.
Yeah, we'll go from there. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the rear motor mount bracket, and then we're gonna slide the transmission underneath. Homie brought over his jack, and we'll go ahead and lift the transmission in place. We'll slide this bitch. Hopefully we'll have it started tonight.
So let's go to the next point.
Wait a minute, I just want to hear you say that once again. What? So you were wrong, and who was right? Who was right?
I was wrong. We were having a problem with the throwout bearing, and ultimately I was wrong because I questioned Marcos, and Marcos ultimately figured it out because he knew what was going on.
Yeah, he's been out of the game for a little bit while. So look at that. Yeah. Boom, boom. We got the right throwout bearing. All right. Lubed up.
Correct.
Prepped up. We're going to turn the transmission around, and here we go. All right, y'all. So we've gotten the transmission to this close. All right. So I think all we have to do is spin the transmission up a little bit, push it towards, and then we'll go from there. And we're almost there. I just need to get this back into place. Without two people, I mean, if you had a workshop, this would be easy. But without a workshop, oh my God, we are struggling. Look at this. Look at this oily ass over here. Let's see. Show me your oily ass. God damn, oil ass, having ass mofo. Wait a minute, what happened?
Well, we're having trouble getting our transmission into the block of the car. So what we're utilizing is a jack. That's what we're utilizing.
Good old hand-me-down.
To get ourselves into the block, but it ain't working. So, well, we're at a stop right now.
So, this coolant hose right here, I'm gonna lift right here and you're gonna see.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
You saw that, right? There's a hole right there. Oh my God. Only way to fix that is to take the whole intake manifold off, basically everything off the motor, replace that line, put the trans back on, and then we're good to go. Oh my God, I'm really pissed off, guys. Oh God, I'm so pissed. So I guess we're gonna be saying, hey, see you in a little bit. See ya in a little bit. I'm going inside. All right, y'all, we back at it again. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of the leak. If it's not one thing, it's another, and I'm sure that most of y'all know that. But so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna drain the coolant out, and then I'm gonna use some of this plastic sheeting once again, like we did in the last video. Cover up the clutch just so that way nothing as far as coolant gets onto the clutch, because that would be horrible. But all right, let's go ahead and get to draining the coolant and we'll go from there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is I went ahead and I went to AutoZone and I was able to pick this up, just a male to male. So what I'm gonna do, instead of taking off the whole intake manifold, because you know, that's a lot of work, I'm just gonna go ahead and splice this pipe like right here in the center of the screen, attach another hose, get rid of the leakage, and that should solve my problem. So let's really hope that this works. All right, y'all, so we got the coolant all drained out. Made a little bit of some spillage, not too bad, but wow. All right, y'all, so I have fixed the coolant leak by just tapping in a hose right here. I don't know if you can see it that well. I'll try to zoom in. So what I did is I put that tap in between, put two clamps, pulled a little bit, nothing's happening. I also checked right here. No coolant coming off that. Once again, I still had the clutch covered because we don't want that grease to get onto the clutch. All right, so that is completed. Now we're just gonna put the transmission on. Gotta wait for my homie Bo for that. Let me put this bad boy back on, but I got the inside of it all cleaned up, so we're all prepped up, ready to go there. Next thing on, just throw the transmission on and we'll be on our way. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're just greasing up the shaft.
Nice.
I know I did this once before, but now that I've cleaned the transmission like thoroughly, I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that everything is all ready to go. So you wanna go ahead and get grease all over where there's gonna be friction points. So this is gonna be one spot. You wanna be generous, all right? And then I've already gotten that shaft. Now we're gonna go with the splines here. Get a little bit more up on there. Rub it into every single slot that you see. And rub it around. All right, bro. So what just happened?
We finally got the transmission put in.
Very nice.
Very nice. He's back.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
If that wasn't a bitch, I don't know what is. Oh my God. Huh?
We still need to work something with the bolts in.
Yeah, but. Oh, we got it.
Where is?
All right, we're gonna get the bolts in and we'll get back to you. All right, y'all, so as you can tell, got the transmission in. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting the mount back in. I'm gonna go ahead and torque down these bolts, make sure all the bolts all the way around the transmission are all tightened down and torqued to spec. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna start putting everything together. You've already seen us do that once before. I'll just time lapse the whole thing, and that's how we're gonna go ahead and get this done. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Okay, so I've got the mount in, as you can see. I didn't time lapse it just because I just wanted to get this done. You guys have already seen that portion of it. So I went ahead, ran the loom back. We're gonna go ahead and install the intake. And of course we gotta get the brakes back on. So we'll go ahead and do that. Bleed the brakes, bleed the clutch, start it right up. Boom, we're done, baby. Hanging tight there with me. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this one. We've gotten the throwout bearing put back in, transmission put back in. In the next video, you're gonna be seeing the gauge install. You'll also be seeing me install the brakes as well. We got them all painted up. They look real nice. Also, with the gauges, routed those gauges so nicely. You'll just have to wait to the next video to check it out. That's coming very shortly. Already got it all prepped up too. You know, once again, just want to thank y'all so much for hanging in there with me. We are 377 subscribers as of this video right now. Road to 400, road to 500. We're on the way. What else can I say? Stay tuned. It's gonna be rolling pretty quick here. I got another video coming out probably in the next few days, and then another one to follow that up. Just waiting for the reveal. Thank you once again so much for the support, all the love. Have a blessed day, have a blessed night, enjoy the week, and we'll catch you on the next one, Speed Fam. You know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you in the next banger.